Hi, welcome. I need to declutter. So I am gonna do the 30-day minimalism game, and I'm going to double the challenge, which makes me a little bit nervous because it means that by the end of the month, I will have let go of 1,000 items. But here's the real reason I'm doing this. I used to be in a groove with daily decluttering and I lost it. And now I'm noticing that even small decisions are being put off, and I not only need to reset our space, I also need to reset the habit. So all this work is going to take some energy. So it's a good thing Thrive Market is sponsoring today's video, and let's get started. Okay, so before we get started, I want to quickly explain the rules to you. So the 30-day minimalism game was created by the Minimalists, Joshua Fields Milburn, and Ryan Nicodemus. And the rules are: 1, you start on the 1st of the month, which, full disclosure, I'm not doing that. It's the 17th, so I'm just going to go for 30 days. Number 2 is you find a partner, a friend, family member, coworker, someone to do it with you. You're kind of competing against each other. So I'm going to invite you to join me. Number 3 is you declutter items daily. Now, the way it works is that day 1, you get rid of 1 item, day 2, 2 items, and it slowly builds up until the last day, which is day 30, when you get rid of 30 items. So I love it because it encourages the habit of daily decluttering, and it also increases the challenge as you get more experience with it. But like I said, I am going to 2x this. So day 1 is going to be 2 items, and by day 30, it's going to be 60 items. The 4th rule is that really anything counts. Clothes, decor, furniture, kitchenware, tools, electronics, towels, they said. Trash, whatever you need to get rid of counts towards that final number. And number 5 is you have a daily deadline. So the items must be out of your home by midnight every single night, which I think makes so much sense for people who are starting off and maybe have a little bit of nerves about it. Sometimes if you leave things around too long, you second guess yourself. But I'm gonna be honest, I am not in a phase of life where I can run to a donation center every single day. But I think by out of your home, I'm going to interpret that as in the back of my car. And those are all the rules. The question of who wins. So if you are doing this with somebody, the person who lasts the longest, or if you both make it to the end, then I guess you both win. I will check in with you all on my work days with progress reports. But to start off, here are the first 2 things I will be decluttering for day 1. The first is my old water bottle. I've had it for 7 or 8 years, and I got a new one. Perfectly fine water bottle, hopefully somebody else can enjoy. And this, I did not purchase this. My mom bought it, decided she didn't want it, and offered it to us. We considered it. It's like a foam wedge roller that you'd put on a queen size mattress, I think, to like lift your head or something. We don't want it. So I'm gonna go ahead and donate it. It's never been used. I could maybe try to sell it, but I don't want to. So, all right, we'll check in later. Okay, day 1 is in the books, but before I go any further, I want to shout out Thrive Market for partnering with me on this video. They've really become my go-to source for convenient and healthy snacks and foods, which is extremely helpful while I'm in the midst of this decluttering challenge. So if you haven't heard of them, Thrive Market is an online membership-based grocery store. They make it really easy to stock up on healthy staples, and they cut out so many of those questionable ingredients that we're all worried about, so you know that their inventory is something that you can trust and you can feel really confident feeding it to your family. This week I grabbed a lot of really fun goodies like these lime tortilla chips that are made with avocado oil. Big fan of these. I've gotten them before. The sourdough sea salt organic crackers from Patagonia Provisions, of all places. This is a go-to for us. The Chomps mini beef sticks. These are great for when we go on hikes or if I just need like a quick boost of protein. I love these. Dried cranberries. This is a Thrive Market brand, and I love so many of the Thrive Market brands. And dried cranberries are part of my son's daily snack diet. And the timing could honestly not be better to get started, because you can join Thrive Market today by going to thrivemarket.com/papertownhome, and you'll get 30% off your first order plus a free gift. And then on top of it, from September 14th through the 20th, they're having a massive sale where you can get 25% off hundreds of top products. So if you're ready to simplify your groceries while I'm over here simplifying my house, then check out the link and all of the information in the description below. And a big thank you to Thrive Market for partnering with me and for keeping me and my family fueled during this big decluttering push. I said I was going to be checking in periodically on my work days. And then I'm trying to remember what the exact timeline was, but I feel like the last time I checked in with you guys was hours before my kids came down with the stomach flu, which lasted about a week. My daughter got it twice. We seem to be out of the woods, but you know, since she got it twice, I just sort of feel like it could hit us again at any point. We're about a week into the process now. I've been trying to keep up with the decluttering, not necessarily getting to it every day, but I am still making progress. At this point, and I realize it could be colored by us just having a weird week, I feel like I don't like the game very much. Like, there's a part of me that would just prefer to just like power through the house in one go. I get it where it's good for people who are just starting off and maybe are a little bit nervous, or people who just like games, which is not actually me. But I think there's a part of me that feels like, oh, I just want to finish. Like, why am I stopping? You know, which is interesting because I did used to have a really good habit of always having an eye out for things that needed to go. I think that's what I was hoping to like rekindle in myself. So like maybe this will still be helpful and I am just not seeing it at this point. I'm going to stick to it. I'm going to keep working at it. It's been interesting and I am genuinely concerned that I will not be able to reach the 1,000 items. All right, I'll check in with you guys when there's another worthy update on this process. Okay, it's day 14, halfway through the month. Checking in with you guys. What do I want to do today? I need to find 28 items. I also got a little bit behind in kind of tracking what I found so far. So I need to double check and kind of make sure that I am on track. So we're going to do that and then start to pull together as many items as I can. I would love to also do a donation drop off because I haven't done that really since I started, and my boxes are starting to get full. So if I can fit that in today, I will. Let's do this.
Laid under the willow tree, the last weekend of summer. The empire at our fingertips, the autumn to discover.
I am sweaty. Just counting all of that. I have run out of time, so I'm not going to be able to get downstairs and look for stuff for today. I am 2 days behind, actually. I thought I had more than I did. So I'm on day 14, but according to my tracker, I actually didn't get the stuff for day 13 or 14. So I have to find 50. Oh my gosh, I'm so bad at math in my head. I have to find over 50 items today. We'll see if I'm successful with that. This is turning out to be really hard. That's okay though, because no matter what, I'm gonna get out of this challenge having gotten rid of tons of stuff. All right, I will try to check in with you guys when I do finally make it down to the basement. I'm embarrassed to say that I am 11 days behind, which given the way that I've scaled up this challenge puts me in a position where I have to find 440 items. I don't know if it's possible, but I have a few ideas. Okay, so I'm gonna do some of my favorite like decluttering method strategies when you wanna get rid of a bunch of stuff. I'm gonna do a trash bag sweep. I'm gonna try a 30-30 blitz. I feel no confidence that I'm going to be successful, but I think it's a good idea. I'm gonna do a raid on expired items, and then I'm gonna go to my paper clutter and do a 5-minute pile attack. Let's just get started. I guess trash bag sweep. Let's start there. Okay, so I was counting in here for a while. I got to over 60 and then it was like maybe 3/4 full. So I just decided we'll just call it 100 once this bag is full. And then this is around 40. I also have a bigger pile of recycling over there. So I'm actually probably gonna find about half of the numbers that I need just in ridiculous amounts of cardboard that desperately need to be recycled. And after this, I'm gonna move on to whatever the next category is. I gotta go look at my list. Now we're on to the 30-30 blitz. So 30 minutes, 30 things. We'll see. Here we go. Okay, we're halfway through. I'm taking a little bit of a break to give you an update. I don't know if I've hit 30 yet, but I did find quite a few, what do you call them? Like fast food toys, like those little things, you know what I'm talking about. And I also found a lot of stuff that is not for donation, but just actually needs to be rehomed, which is why this is also a good practice. I'm sort of feeling like I should be checking under their beds too. But typically when it comes to decluttering my kids' stuff, they're at a point now where I typically like to do it with them. I kind of love that we get junk toys sometimes because I think it just provides them a semi-easy opportunity to practice decluttering and start to kind of learn how to do that. But I feel like we've been kind of busy, had a lot on our plates lately, and I don't want to do that with them. So I really just pulled out the stuff that I'm like, this is genuine junk that I never see them get out. So it instead can live somewhere else. I honestly wonder if I should just throw it in the trash rather than donating it. But yeah, I still have 30 minutes to find stuff. So I'm going to find as much as I can and then I will count and see where I am. The 30 for 30 went a lot better than I expected it to. I found 60 things in 30 minutes. Okay, the next two things, I'm going to see if there's any expired food here. And then the last thing I want to do is start working on paper clutter. I am starting to run out of time though. This is a lot to catch up on. We'll see what I can get done. Fingers crossed it's a good amount. Not find very much for food that was expired or even food that we could get rid of. I've got a few things in the box here, but not much. But I am going to donate that stuff to our church and move on to the final category. Okay, so I'm pretty behind in my paper. This is actually really embarrassing. I had a great system in place. I did a full declutter on paper about, oh gosh, almost 5 years ago, and had a good system in place for a while and just, you know, kind of got lazy about putting stuff away. This is my long-term filing system here. The whole thing needs to be gone through, which I don't think I have time for today, but I'm just going to go ahead and get started, see what I can do. So 5 minutes. 5 minutes. We'll probably have to pick this up in a couple of days. I don't think I'm going to hit the 440, but that's okay. I'm gonna put it at 100. I think it actually is a little bit more than that. Okay, I still have 5 days left in this challenge. I'm gonna have to do the math and figure out how many individual pieces and things I need to let go of, but I'm happy with the outcome today. 5 days away from the end. Please ignore my no shower and no makeup. I just cannot make myself up every day. So for my final days, I'm going to focus on digital declutter strategies. The first one is you go into the photos on your phone and you search for everything that is a screenshot. And then just kind of quickly go through, select the stuff that you don't need, delete it, and potentially clear up a lot of space on your phone. So that's what I'm going to focus on today, and then we will move on to the next strategy tomorrow. I cannot believe it, but I lost my footage for the final days. So I'll just tell you what I did. I did a last modified search on my computer, deleting any files that I hadn't used in over 2 years. I unsubscribed from dozens of junk mail accounts that were sending me stuff. I deleted podcasts and videos that I downloaded to my phone, and I deleted duplicate photos, which got me completely caught up on this crazy challenge. All right, so here are my thoughts on the minimalism game. I don't love it. I do think that 2xing it was a bad idea. Like, it might have remained fun and like just enough challenge, but not so overwhelming that I'm just like pulling my hair out. If I had just done it like straight as they recommended it. But that said, at the beginning of the video, one of the reasons I wanted to try it was because I wanted to declutter every single day. I wanted to get back into that routine, which probably it would have been better if I just said like, hey, every evening after I brush my teeth, like quick scan through the house for something to declutter. So I kind of liked the idea of this game because I thought, well, it's going to make me declutter every single day. But as you can see, it was too much of a challenge. And so I actually didn't end up decluttering every single day. There was a huge chunk that I completely missed. And I think some of that came down to the numbers. Like I was too focused on like the number of items that I needed to declutter on that particular day, as opposed to just being like, hey, it'd be good if I decluttered for 5 minutes. And particularly as I got further along, I then had to start pulling out all of these other different decluttering strategies in order to like hit those numbers, which is not a bad thing. Like it forced me to be creative and to draw on my resources. But I did find myself wondering, like, would this be a great challenge for somebody who doesn't have a lot of experience with decluttering? So I don't know if I would like readily recommend it to the average person. I think it's probably really good for people who just love games and like love putting points on the board. This kind of thing where you have to hit a certain number every single day, like I can understand where that would be very appealing. And especially if you're still in a stage where like there's a decent amount of stuff in your house to declutter, it is very hard to hit those bigger numbers now that we've done like the heavy lifting of our decluttering, because it's not that there isn't always new stuff to get rid of, as you all observed, but it's not what it was, almost 5 years ago. So, it probably works well for some people. Maybe it wasn't my favorite. I will say that 5 of my absolute favorite decluttering methods I covered in this video here. So if you'd like to learn about those, check that out. And a big shout out to Thrive Market. Remember to go to thrivemarket.com/papertownhome to get 30% off your first order and a free gift. And until next time.